What's up, WWE Universe? This is Ringside Rain. In this episode, we're going to talk about my top 5 matches of WrestleMania 37. But first, I'm going to ask you guys to please hit that like button for me. It's not going to cost you anything. It's free, but it's going to help me out. Thank you so much in advance. Now, before I start with my top 5 of WrestleMania 37 moments, I will let you guys know that at the end of this video, I am hoping that you guys would post your comments down below and let me know which ones made it to your top 5 WrestleMania 37 matches. I know we all have different opinions, so there is no right or wrong answer here. I am just curious as to what made you pick those matches. Maybe your favorite wrestler won, or maybe it's something unexpected that made you enjoy the match after all. Which brings me to my number 5 WrestleMania 37 match, and that is Hey Hey, Hop Hop, MC MIZ, and Johnny Drip Drip versus Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. Now, going into this match, I had low expectations. To me, it was more of the hype of the bunny. Boy, I was proven wrong because Bad Bunny set a high standard for any celebrity who'd want to have their WrestleMania moment. Because Bad Bunny didn't just show up there as this huge celebrity at WrestleMania, he also performed, well, not musically, but he performed as a wrestler. And to be honest, I thought Damian Priest would put in more of the work for their team. But Bad Bunny, man, he carried that match. I did think that Damian Priest and Bad Bunny had, they had great spots between the two of them, and that showed the whole, hey, they're a great team. However, I still think that Bad Bunny, the whole Bunny Destroyer, and him taking the beating from Miz and Morrison, but then again, towards the end, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest ended up winning. The effort that this guy had to put in, I thought that was amazing, especially for someone who, yes, he's already famous. He's already a celebrity. He could just do the whole, hey, I'm here at WrestleMania, la, 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 la. No, but this guy put in the training and the time to make his WrestleMania moment memorable. So congratulations to Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. And honestly, congratulations to The Miz and Morrison too, because I thought this angle, I wasn't a big fan of it. But after seeing their match at WrestleMania, I thought that was a good payoff. Moving on to my number 4 match at WrestleMania 37, it would be Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul. Now, I know I came from a celebrity who set a high standard or a high expectation for any celebrity who would be at Mania. I didn't really expect much from Logan Paul. I honestly did not know of him until he showed up into Sami Zayn's life. So if you are a Logan Paul fan, maybe your opinion might be different. But to me, honestly, I didn't even notice him at all unless they took cutaways of him. My eyes were glued on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. These guys, I could watch these guys fight all day. These guys are best friends. They know each other so well. So when they are against each other, they put up a great fight. We're talking about one big move after another, near fall after near fall. I couldn't even tweet during the match because I thought, oh my God, this is it. Kevin Owens is going to get the pin or Sami Zayn is going to get the pin. But no, it's one big move after another. And boy, that match was exciting. So in the end, Kevin Owens ended up winning. To me, both of them are still winners. Both of them they told a great story, you know, of friendship, of how Kevin Owens wanted to help his friend, and you know, because he knows that his friend Sami Zayn is troubled, he was just basically trying to give him a dose of his medicine, because he thinks that everybody is against him, and now Kevin Owens is just trying to knock some sense into Sami Zayn's head. Now, the cherry on top for this match was when Kevin Owens hit the stunner on Logan Paul. A lot of fans cheered for that. Actually, I did too. But again, I don't have anything against him. To me, I just thought it didn't really add anything to the story. I mean, I know Sami Zayn kind of played it off as Logan Paul was the guy who somehow believed in him, that there's this whole conspiracy against Sami Zayn, but I don't know. To be honest with you, I think that match could have, it would be fine if it was just between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. My top 3 WrestleMania 37 match would be Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. I am so happy that the Swiss Cyborg won. He had the spotlight on him. He had his WrestleMania moment, and oh my God, he faced the not Monday Night Messiah anymore, Friday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins. I mean, it's not just one of those, here's a match for you at Mania. No, Cesaro faced Seth Rollins. It was a great match between the two great wrestlers, actually. I'm glad that Cesaro won, because I truly believe this guy has so much talent, and he's just due for that moment, that push, maybe to get him to that championship seat. And I hope that WrestleMania 37, that victory against Seth Rollins, will be the start of it. The highlight of the match for me was when he put Seth Rollins into the Cesaro swing for 23 times, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 23 times. I got dizzy watching it. I don't know about you guys, but boy, I could only imagine how Seth Rollins felt, because after 23 swings, Cesaro hits the neutralizer and pins him. I mean, who would really kick out from that, But to me, I'm just glad he won. Like I said, I hope this is the beginning of the great things that are ahead for Cesaro, because this guy deserves it. This guy, he's one of those talented guys who just needs that push. And that happened for Cesaro at night 1 of WrestleMania 37. Moving on to my number 2 moment of WrestleMania 37. Up to this moment, I am still trying to decide if this is going to be my number 2. But since, I don't want to keep you guys waiting, here it is. My number 2 moment would be the triple threat match between Edge, Daniel Bryan, and the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Let me start off with, I did not expect at all that Roman Reigns would retain his title. Hell, anyone that I asked going into WrestleMania and who they thought would win, no one told me that they think Roman Reigns would win it. It seemed like Edge or Daniel Bryan are bound to be the new champion. However, the Tribal Chief prevailed, and he is still our Universal Champion. I want to touch up a few spots during this match that I thought were really powerful. Number 1 would be when Edge grabbed a steel chair and something fell from the steel chair. It's one of the legs of the chair, and I thought that was a mistake, but it could be. And I thought it was very smart of Edge to use that against Roman Reigns later on, when he had him on a crossface, and then he grabbed the bar from the loose bar from the steel chair and used it on Roman Reigns. And here comes Daniel Bryan, blocking Roman Reigns in a yes lock. And that picture of Edge and Daniel Bryan just basically punishing Roman Reigns, making him tap. Well, he didn't tap out, but basically they wanted him to tap out. That image was powerful because that image basically showed that Roman Reigns is not just some champion. He's not just some guy who has a title belt. No, this guy is a strong champion because, mind you, Jey Uso did not save Roman Reigns at that point. Roman Reigns somehow made it past that point, right? So that picture or that moment for me showed me that whether you like Roman Reigns or not, and I'm not saying this because I'm a huge fan of Roman Reigns. I'm not really a big Roman Reigns fan, but I respect the guy. Whether you like his character or not, that picture, Edge and Daniel Bryan basically making Roman Reigns get to that point of just basically tapping out. Man, that was strong because it showed us that, hey, this guy, the head of the table, he's not just some guy with a title. He is a champion that can fight and that can handle too much pressure. And then going towards the end of the match, I love the classic concerto, vintage Edge, love it. I actually thought he would win at that point. However, here comes Jey Uso, saving the Tribal Chief, lending an assist to the Tribal Chief. Jey Uso actually gets the MVP award for his assist to Roman Reigns. But anyway, I love how the match ended because I thought that was a great payoff to the scene of Daniel Bryan and Edge basically putting Roman Reigns into a submission maneuver. Because towards the end of the match, Roman Reigns hit the spear on Edge, hits him with a concerto, basically to humiliate Edge, drags Edge on top of Daniel Bryan, pins both of his competitors 1, 2, 3. If that doesn't tell you that this guy is the head of the table, the guy at the top of the food chain, I don't know how. I don't know what else would tell you that this guy is the top dog, because that image was very, very powerful. Am I disappointed that Roman Reigns is still the Universal Champion? Well, kind of, because in my heart, I wanted Edge to win, but my mind was telling me, well, Daniel Bryan might win it because they somehow made a way for him to be a part of the triple threat match. But you know what? In the end, I thought it was a great match. The story was told well. So even though it was kind of like disappointing that Roman Reigns retained his title, it was still good for me. I was okay with it. Now, moving on to my number one moment of WrestleMania 37. I think you guys know what my number one pick is. Well, that is Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Oh my God, where do I begin on this one? First, I want to say congratulations to Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks because that was a historic moment. We're talking about African American women main eventing WrestleMania. And to me, seeing these women main event WrestleMania, it was more than just, oh my God, it's going to be a great match. It was more of seeing two minority women main event WrestleMania. That meant a lot for me, who also has a dream of having that moment one day. I mean, you guys know, I've been preaching this. I want to be a professional wrestling manager one day. So seeing minority women make it to that level, that was powerful for me. And I don't want to sound like a feminist here, but it hit me in a different level, basically. It not just the whole match. I mean, the match I thought was great. We saw the strengths of both athletes, Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. But the whole story, man, just the level of respect between these two athletes. I don't know if you guys have seen this video on Instagram wherein Sasha Banks was trying to sell that she was hurt after the match, but then she couldn't hide how happy she was for Bianca Belair. Man, that was strong. So for me, this whole match, it's not just about history, but it's also paving a huge way for women and minorities to make it to WrestleMania and to have that WrestleMania moment one day. So Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, thank you. I will keep looking back to WrestleMania 37, thinking of you two, and that basically left a mark in my heart. Well, those are my top 5 WrestleMania 37 moments. What do you guys think? Post your comments down below, and please hit like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Also, if you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ringside Rain, where you can see my posts. As of yet lately, I've been doing some work on local wrestling promotions, Orange County Championship Wrestling in Orange County, California, and Venue Wrestling Entertainment in Yuma, Arizona. So you guys, please, please, please like my posts, either here on YouTube or Instagram or both. Why not? Support me. Hopefully one day I will have my WrestleMania moment as a professional wrestling manager. Who knows? Well, keep your fingers crossed for me. But until then, TTYL, jabronis.